Angel Reese is legitimately bad at basketball, like god-awful. One of the worst coordinated players I've ever seen. Just throws shit up and prays. They're treating her like a Make-A-Wish kid.
Angel Reese has reached a brand new low, and it seems her so-called unbeatable team is already fed up with her behavior.
I guess those bikini pics and half-naked videos that Angel Reese puts on social media, I guess that's not translating on television into ratings. Strange.
In her debut game, Reese displayed her usual stubborn approach and unwillingness to adjust, which ultimately led head coach Nola Henry to bench her. But why?
By the way, when she got benched, the comeback was on. What does that tell you?
The reason? Reese struggled to match the game's fast pace and made choices that could only be described, at best, as disastrous.
That this dump of a league is an unrivaled success, when the reality is, it's an unrivaled, huge, embarrassing failure.
It almost seemed as if she was deliberately working against her own team.
So Angel Reese was 3 of 7 from the field. Once again, cannot get to that 50% mark. 5 turnovers, 14 rebounds, 10 points, and a big, fat, juicy L. 79-73, her team lost the game.
Angel Reese entered the unrivaled basketball league acting like the next crown jewel of the sport, but instead, she walked away with her reputation in tatters.
What the hell that is. By the way, in case you're wondering, yes, Angel Reese is getting absolutely roasted. Her fans, though, her fans are out in droves. Seriously. They are celebrating this very mid that she actually made last night. They're trying to claim that this proves she's been in the gym. And congratulations, she hit a jump shot.
This was a complete collapse that revealed the truth about Reese. All hype, with no real substance.
I thought Angel Reese was a mainstream celebrity. I mean, that's what the media keeps telling me, so how come Angel Reese consistently fails to draw ratings?
Falling 79-73 to Vinyl BC wasn't just a loss, it was a glaring signal that Reese is out of her depth. To make matters worse, Vinyl BC's captain, Ray Howard, put on a show with 33 points, knocking down 6 threes as if it were nothing more than a warm-up. Meanwhile, Reese's meager 10 points were hardly enough to stand out in a local YMCA pickup game. The reality is clear. Angel Reese isn't the marquee star she believes herself to be.
Angel Reese is not the mainstream draw that she thinks she is.
And if that wasn't enough, Rose BC's head coach Nola Henry dropped the ultimate MIC, benching Reese in the 4th quarter. Yes, you heard that right. The so-called future of the league was sidelined when her team needed her most. Talk about humiliation.
Rose BC head coach Nola Henry. I know she's a very smart lady. She knows what she's doing. I think, there are some things she needs to clean up.
And who was Reese benched for? Stevens, a player whose stat line looked like a punchline, just 6 points and 8 rebounds. If you're getting replaced by someone putting up numbers like that, you've officially hit rock bottom. But let's be clear, this wasn't just on coach Nola Henry. Reese handed her every reason to make that call. Sure, the box score might read 10 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists, but context matters. Those are empty stats. The basketball version of eating chips when the team needed a real meal. High-pressure games demand high-performance players, and Reese simply couldn't deliver. Period. Yes, she's racking up those double-doubles, points, rebounds, and losses. Meanwhile, R.Y. Howard was out there playing chess while Reese struggled to keep up with checkers. Howard's 33 points weren't just numbers. They were a statement. Shooting 50% from deep, knocking down clutch shots, and leading her team with poise, Howard put on a masterclass in what true star power looks like. Reese, on the other hand, couldn't even handle the basics, botched layups, sloppy defense, and that humiliating foul on a block attempt. Debate it all you want, but the truth is she was out of position, outmatched, and out of her depth. That one play summed up her entire night. Desperation wrapped in failure. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks. By the end, Reese finished with a team-high 14 rebounds, but also piled on 5 turnovers, 4 fouls, and shot just 3-4-7 from the field. Worse, she sat for most of the 4th quarter. And don't even get started on her defense. It was as useful as a screen door on a submarine. She couldn't guard a bench, let alone someone like Howard, who torched her possession after possession. Howard didn't just outplay Reese, she exposed her, making her look like a JV player who accidentally stumbled into a varsity game. For Reese, watching Howard dominate must have felt like staring into the abyss, a brutal, undeniable reality check.
Someone said she's a below-average passer. She's a terrible passer. But she's trying. You can see, like, her vision's there. Like, you can see what passes she's trying to make, but she just didn't make them.
Let's be honest, Angel Reese just isn't ready for this league. She came in riding her college hype, thinking she could stroll in and take over. But the unrivaled basketball league doesn't care about theatrics, it's about dominance. And while players like R.Y. Howard are out there commanding the floor, Reese is just struggling to keep up. Her debut wasn't a stumble, it was a nosedive. And if she doesn't level up quickly, that fourth quarter bench she sat on might turn into her permanent seat. She's one of the few players, maybe the only one, who truly looks out of place on the court, almost like she's playing a game she's forgotten how to play. Head coach Nola Henry's decision to bench her ignited the basketball world like a dumpster fire, and right at the center was Reese, flailing helplessly. Critics might call Henry's rotations bizarre, but can you really blame her? Reese, the so-called future of the league, was as effective as a screen door on a submarine. Henry runs a fast-paced, high-energy system built on quickness and smart decisions. Reese, meanwhile, is stuck playing like it's the 1990s, leaning on outdated post moves and brute force. It's like handing someone a smartphone and watching them use it as a pager. Henry's decision to pull her in the fourth wasn't some coaching blunder, it was a last-ditch attempt to save the game. Not that Rose BC helped matters. Their offense was a train wreck, coughing up 15-plus turnovers like they were playing hot potato instead of basketball. The schemes looked more like they were scribbled on a napkin right before tip-off than actual strategy. Yes, Henry shares some of that blame, but Reese doesn't get a free pass. For someone hyped as a future MVP, she looked like she'd never set foot on a court. She was out of sync with her teammates, out of rhythm with the game, and out of reasons to stay in. Her benching wasn't random, it was a neon sign flashing loud and clear. You're not cutting it. Reese might be good at padding the stat sheet with rebounds, but when it comes to real impact, she's about as useful as a chocolate teapot.
You can see it. And of course, Aaliyah Boston plays for the Indiana Fever. Boston, she didn't have a great game either, to be honest with you. She didn't. So, Angel Reese went to doing some bragging last night. Growth of what? Missed layups. Yeah. Her posting this, it backfired pretty good.
And then there's the emotional drama. Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed queen of sentiment, poured her heart out on X after the game. She wrote about her love for Teresa Weatherspoon, her former coach and the one person she says truly believed in her. You didn't deserve this, but I love you, teaspoon, she posted, as if that could somehow wash away the sting of humiliation. But here's the reality. Locker room issues, emotions, and loyalty might matter off the court, but professional basketball doesn't care about feelings. The irony? While Reese was busy penning love letters on social media, Weatherspoon's team, Vinyl BC, was dismantling Rose BC. The very coach she idolizes orchestrated a downfall. It's almost poetic. Reese got so caught up in nostalgia that she forgot to actually show up on the court. And while she drifted into her emotions, R.Y. Howard and Vinyl BC were busy serving her another brutal reminder of reality. Watching Reese out there was like watching a baby deer, or worse, a baby giraffe, stumbling across the floor. It's shocking that someone this uncoordinated is supposed to be a professional athlete. Here's the harsh truth. Reese's 10 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists might look respectable in the box score, but they were empty numbers. None of it mattered when the game was on the line. Instead of leading, she got benched. And that's the only part of her debut anyone will remember. This was supposed to be her moment, the big stage where she proved she was ready to take the league by storm. Instead, it became a public embarrassment. Reese was hyped up as Rose BC's centerpiece, but if this is her ceiling, Coach Henry might as well start searching for a replacement. And let's be clear, this wasn't just one rough outing. This was a wake-up call. Reese has to adapt to the speed and intensity of the unrivaled basketball league, or she's going to be permanently glued to the bench. And no one's waiting for her to catch up while stars like R.Y. Howard are out there cementing their legacy. The gap between Reese and Howard isn't just big, it's an abyss. And if Reese doesn't start climbing out, she's going to sink deeper until she's forgotten. This wasn't just a loss. It was humiliation. Right now, Angel Reese is the poster child for what happens when hype collides with harsh reality. Caitlin Clark saw it coming, give her credit. She made the smart move turning down this mess. Unrivaled begged her, offered her over $1 million for just 2 months, and she still said no. So what's next for Reese? Hopefully, a long, hard look in the mirror. Because right now, she isn't the player people thought she was. She's a cautionary tale, a reminder that hype only carries you so far before reality smacks you in the face. And in Reese's case, reality hit like a freight train. If she doesn't figure it out soon, she won't just be benched. She'll be forgotten.